In this video, I'm going to show you how to approve invoices that are sent to your Factura.ai inbox. In addition, I'm going to show you how to upload receipts that you take with your phone. So the first step is to log into your Factura account. So if you go to portal.factura.ai, it will bring you into the login page. Now, you can also access this login page when you receive an email from Factura. There's a link. Now, if you open this link up on your mobile phone, it will take you to the login on your mobile device. And so you can see here, we're going to log in to the partner login. Just going to put in the password. And you can see now that I'm logged into the Factura.ai mobile app. Now, this app is not technically an app that you would download from the iOS or Google Play Store. It is an application that's mobile responsive to your phone. So there's nothing to download. As long as you have internet, you can access this website. So you can see here when you first log in, there are invoices that are outstanding. You can scroll up and down and you can see that there's invoices here. If you want to click on the actual invoice, you can click on it. It will take you to what an invoice looks like. And you have the ability to approve an invoice or reject an invoice. So if you approve an invoice, you click on approve. If there's any notes associated with the invoice already, you'll notice that they're already populated there. And if you are sharing the account with another store, or you're sharing the account itself, the email account, you type in your initials or your name so that you know who's typing in the note. And then if you approve an invoice, it's optional to approve. Just click approve and it will be approved. On the other side, if there's a rejection, same thing, you'll see all the notes. Your name is already there. If it's not, entered in. It's mandatory to write a note so that AP understands why you're rejecting this invoice. And so once you start typing, you can see that the red box appears and you can click reject and it will reject the invoice itself. Now, if you need to zoom into the invoice, you have the ability to do that by clicking the zoom button and then scrolling around. If you want to zoom out, just click it again. If you need to see the second page of the invoice, you click on the arrows there and you can see the second page of the invoice itself. Now, if you go back to show invoices, you can go to, so here's all your invoices to approve or reject. Once you clear those out, you're pretty much done your tasks. If you want to see the history of your invoices that you've already approved or rejected, go to show history, and then it will bring up a bunch of your invoices. You have the ability to filter and search by some criteria to then open up and see which invoices you've already approved. And if we go to approve invoice, you can see that there would be a note as to when you approved it, etc. Now, in addition to having the ability to, let me just cancel this. Oops, I logged out. Let me log back in. Now, in addition to having the ability to see all of your invoices, in the drop-down by your name at the top right, it defaults to that, but if you need to get to it, that would be on the approve reject invoice. So if we click on that little thumb and approve reject invoices, all of the invoices will appear. Now, if you click on receipt upload, that is a totally different function altogether. So this is where if you went shopping or purchased something on a corporate credit card or with petty cash, and you had a receipt, you need to take a picture of that receipt and ultimately send it to your accounting department for them to either do a credit card reconciliation or upload that receipt into the accounting system to account for it. So it's pretty simple to follow the instructions. You would first take a picture of the receipt. It'll be sitting in your gallery of all your images, or for some cameras, they do have the ability, when you click upload receipt, there's a drop down to find the actual, you can use the camera at that point in time, depending on the camera, the phone that you use, and you can take a picture of the receipt at that point in time. So I'm just going to go through my history and just find a receipt. And here's a receipt. So I'm going to click on that. Once I do that, I've chosen the receipt. I'm going to click open. You're going to see that it's going to take some time to process. And the goal really is for the system to extract the information from the receipt, and whatever it can extract, is great. It's already pre-populated, and there's some other fields that you may need to enter in to provide your accounting department with some information, more information about the receipt. So you can first see that, here's the image of the receipt that we took. It populated the vendor. But if, let's say, the vendor wasn't right or you wanted to change it, you have the ability to go in and type any vendor itself. You'll choose the date of the transaction. So you can go in here, if it didn't pick up the date properly, you can go in, use the calendar and pick a date that is correct. Here you would enter in tax if it's applicable. So let's just go back to the receipt here, and you can see that $390 is correct and $33.87 is the total amount. So $390 and $33.87 is the dollar amount. Now, if you need to allocate this to a certain location, maybe you're a manager of a store, you would then go in the dropdown, pick the store that is your store, or the store or location that this needs to be allocated to, and click the button, and there you go. Now, those are the mandatory fields that need to be entered in, so we know that accounting knows, which date of transaction, who the vendor is, the tax, the dollar amount, and which store or location that this expense belongs to. Now, you can also enter in the 4 last digits of the credit card number so that AP in our system knows which receipt this belongs to. So if you have multiple credit cards within your organization, this will be able to allocate this to the proper credit card. And so it also lets AP know that this expense was purchased on this credit card. If you have the ability to enter in the GL, you have the ability to enter in the GL code as well. So you may know that you went to Home Depot and purchased some lumber, it belongs to, GL code 100000, or whatever your GL code numbers are. And so you have the ability to enter in the GL code as well. It's optional. And also there's notes. So if you want to write any notes, you needed lumber for window, you have the ability to add notes so that AP also knows why you made this purchase. And once that's done, you just click submit, and this information will be sent off to the accounting department in Factura.ai itself. You'll see that Home Depot receipt of $33.87 was submitted, and you're done. So all of your receipts that you do take a picture of, and then upload it through this mobile application. That information will be passed on to your accounting department, and for them to do the final steps of what they do with that receipt, a reconciliation, and also the accounting of that receipt, and ultimately paying the credit card if it was purchased on a credit card. Thank you.